Welcome everybody. This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching the Tom O'Brien Show. Man, a lot of freaky stuff to talk about today. Mainly, Bitcoin and these different kind of instruments that exist to get exposure to Bitcoin. What they do. Bitcoin has breached 100,000 yet again, which is unbelievable. You're up 5.2%. right now, which is, again, just really, really impressive. I guess, really there's just probably so much liquidity, I guess, I mean, now, there's been a lot of adoption, or at least discussion of adopting Bitcoin, at higher levels. So this isn't just, retail people getting in, but it really is impressive. I mean, everything is chugging along like there's not any real problems whatsoever. So take that for what you will. Super interesting, no doubt. Take a look at $101,675 for one Bitcoin right there. Folks, today we're going to be joined by Tim Ord of the Ord Oracle. Additionally, we have Larry live trading. I know it's weird, but technically the first Friday of the month was also the first, day of the month. So this is technically the second Friday of the month. So come on through for live trading with Larry Pesavento. How are you going to do that, Jacob? How do I do that? I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to go to TFNN.com. You're going to wait for your bandwidth. Okay, and then you're going to check out Larry live trading Fridays. Just go ahead, hop in there, you grab it. That gives you 2 live trading experiences. Okay, so that price is for 2. Then the second one should be, what are we looking at? The 23rd. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, that should be correct. Okay, yeah, so the 23rd, and that'll be his next one. And listen, I mean, this market is nuts. All dips are getting bought. We are playing like nothing ever happened. Okay, so that's what we got going on right now. Taking a look at some stuff. Of course, you have MSTY, which... Okay, they call this yield max. Essentially what this is doing is it gives you dividend payouts on Bitcoin, right? Is the idea. There's a bunch of other things going on right now. SEP, for instance, which again, I'm not really sure, why it's trading at these multiples. This is probably a 3.4 time multiple, considering how much Bitcoin that they have exposure to. So it's, I believe they only have 2% of 44,000 Bitcoin, which is giving you a multiple of 3.4. So like net asset value for this, I believe is about $10.12. Whatever, right? Let's just buy it. That's not me actually saying that, but that's just kind of how people are thinking. MSTR soaring, coin soaring. Whew. This thing, 5.73%. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's really amazing. I'm kind of considering looking at iBit when the thing was just, I don't know. I think probably what needs to happen is this weekend I am going to meditate and, think about what the heck just happened in this market and why we're recovering at these kind of levels. Now, yeah, listen, earnings were good for a lot of companies and things are still chugging along. I mean, you take a look at like AppLovin. Okay, money is still being spent on advertising. There's no contraction, okay? Look, you're 13.09% right now in AppLovin. Of course, they're also selling one of their bad sectors of the business that just kind of loses money. I believe that's like an app store or like a game store or something along those lines. The point of AppLovin is what you want is their advertising revenue. Okay, so we're getting very close to closing, at least touching this, closing this gap here, and then we have this next one to go with AppLovin. But fantastic kind of movement for them. People are still spending money. Taking a look at the trade desk, kind of in the same realm. You're up 6.95% today. They have earnings as well. Of course, they had a pretty interesting miss, only about 2% on revenue, but you have a high PE and the forward PE is also high for the trade desk. What else happened? They have this AI tool called Kokai, and that rollout has not been as successful as people had anticipated. It's taking longer to get it out there. And I haven't really seen any news on Kokai since then. Additionally, okay, they didn't really provide forward guidance in a major way for Q1. There's a lot of uncertainty. Of course, they did guide down a little bit for revenues, but as far as like net income is concerned and all that, they didn't provide outlook at that time. And I think it spooked people. And this was a pretty large sell-off, right? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll talk some more about Trade Desk, of course, going forward within the show. Take a look at the SPY, you're up 1.21%. Take a look at the composite, you're up 1.73% at 18,045. Dow Jones Industrial roaring. Russell Futures up 2.18%. Again, Bitcoin coming up hot. Crude, nice little whipsaw today. Again, up 3.15%. Gold contract coming off in a major way. Okay. This is, again, one of the weird things I was concerned about with gold is that if everything improves elsewhere, this is going to be a source of liquidity. It can just, you know, this is like a double top, right? It's having a hard time getting back up to its all-time highs there. So we'll see if that continues. Most likely this stays in a certain trading range, right? We don't give up all the gains from, you know, the beginning of the year, but you just don't get that kind of fuertes going forward with it. Silver off 0.66. Copper coming off 1.41%. Taking a look at the 10-year, if I can pull that up. Probably, I mean, I don't know, unchanged, right? I mean, everything's going okay. We're not getting cuts. Yeah, 4.375%. Woo, that's hot. Getting close up to that 4.4%, but this is kind of normal trading range for that. Solar Dynamics off 0.93%. You have Tesla ripping up 4.06%. You know, I just... everything just seems a little bit hot again. Like, you know, I really didn't like Tesla's earnings. And again, you know, we give them some kind of grace, but it seems like bookings in Europe like are down for sure. They have a lot of competition with their full self-driving. You know, I mean, even Palantir, it's like, oh, excuse me, that's not Palantir. We're right back up. It's like it never happened. It's a freaky pattern. That's what a lot of the market was doing before this massive sell-off. So, I don't know. You know, it's very hot right now, this whole market. A lot of exuberance. Every dip is being bought. Stay right there, folks. We'll be right back with Tim Ord after the break.